Smithsonian said, whew, hang on, I gotta catch my breath. I'm so, wow, man, my heart's pounding. Anybody ever done that? No, of course not, right? What do you do after a couple hours in the Smithsonian? You're like, if I have to read another plaque, I think I'm just gonna lose it, right? Why? Because your brain is filled up. And I love museums. And, you know, I could probably do about 2 days at the Smithsonian. And then your body says, you can't take any more. You got to go out and do something, right? Those are the extremes. Professor Smith's theory is in order to be a successful attraction or theme park, you've got to be in the middle here somewhere. You need a little bit of this, and you need a little bit of this. And the Magic Kingdom is the perfect example. Now you say, well, wait a minute. Do you get your thrills? Yeah, you do. I mean, Space Mountain, even though it's 28 miles an hour, now you won't be as thrilled anymore because I've kind of taken the danger out of it for you. But it's thrilling, right? But, okay, well, what's over here on the education side? What's going on up in the brain? Let's take a shot. What's the thing that, you know, all the attractions in the Magic Kingdom have in common?
Story.
They've got a story going on, right? There's some storyline to it. All right? Peter Pan. You get on the little ship and you go through the story of Peter Pan. So the story is what provides the cerebral activity. Got a little bit of that going on, and you got a little bit of this going on. That's why the Magic Kingdom is, without a doubt, the perfect mixture of both. It is the ultimate theme park in the world. Number one. How do I know that? Who are sports fans in here? Football, NFL football. Okay. Who's the best NFL football team in history?
Buffalo Bills.
Obviously, some defend yourself. You said Carolina Panthers.
That's my home team.
Okay, you're out. Sorry. Who's else? Buffalo Bills. Defend your position.
Bills Mafia.
How many rings do they have?
They lost 4 in a row.
Lost 4 in a row. I could easily say they're the loser franchise. All right, keep going. Who are the other teams? Huh?
Patriots.
Patriots? Why would you say Patriots? Wait, where's my Steelers guy? Wait right there. Why would you say Patriots?
A lot of rings, but they all came recently.
How many rings?
5.
5.
Yeah.
Steelers guy? 6. Oh, you're representing, man. You should be out like Steelers, man, right? Steelers. How many rings? Anybody have an argument for that? The Steelers ever lost a game?
In the Super Bowl.
Any time. They lose games all the time, right?
Yeah.
The Magic Kingdom, since it opened its doors in 1971, has never been defeated. It is undefeated for how many years? Someone do the math. It's never been defeated. How do I know this? In attendance. The Magic Kingdom has beaten every theme park and amusement park in the world every year in attendance. It's always, always, always been the #1 attended park in the world since it opened. That's pretty impressive. That'd be like the Steelers never ever losing a game since 1971, right? So why is the Magic Kingdom the undefeated champion of theme parks in the world?
Oh, wait, never mind.
I'm running out of time, so I gotta kind of, because to me, they have the perfect mixture, okay? Here's the other thing. It is the park that was built at the perfect time. Now, Walt died before the park was built. But if you know the story, Walt built Disneyland first, and he made a lot of mistakes. He didn't buy enough land. He made it too small. He put the cast member center over in Tomorrowland. So if you were in Frontierland, in order to get to work, you had to walk through Tomorrowland, and he hated seeing cowboys walk through Tomorrowland. Why? It was inconsistent with his theme. So Walt said we can do it, and we can learn from our mistakes and build a better park. And he designed the Magic Kingdom. Now he died, and he never saw it built. His brother Roy was the one who built the park and saw it through. He promised Walt he would build his park. And the attitude in building the Magic Kingdom was spare no expense. Do everything right. How do I know this? Couple reasons. Do you guys know that there are secret tunnels underneath the Magic Kingdom? You know why there's tunnels down there? Don't call them tunnels. We call them tunnels. They're called utilidors. Anybody know why they're down there?
So someone from the wrong section isn't walking through that.
You're exactly right. So that if you work in Tomorrowland, right, all the support facilities are underground. Trash, central foods, costumes, employee lockers. If you work in Tomorrowland, you walk in the tunnel until you get to your location, and then you pop up magically in your land. If you work in Frontierland, same thing. So you will never ever see a cowboy in Frontierland. You'll never see a Haunted Mansion butler in Fantasyland because it's all tunnels. It cost them at the time approximately $4 million to build the tunnel. How much revenue does it produce? Zero. All right? Now, the other thing, when you go to the Magic Kingdom and you park your car, do you walk right into the Magic Kingdom? No, what do?
Take a shower.
Well, you take the tram to the front, but then you take something else. Either a monorail or a ferry boat. It costs them millions of dollars to run that transportation system every year. How much money does it produce? Zero. Does anybody know why they did that? Walt did it on purpose. Go ahead.
Feels like you're going to a completely different world instead of just still being in Florida.
You are 100% correct. In fact, in the old days when you drove in, you had about a 15-minute drive. When you got off of I-4 to even get to the parking lot, you had a 15-minute drive. Walt designed it that way because he wanted people to feel like I'm leaving the real world and I'm entering into Walt's world. And when you take that monorail or that ferry boat, that just extends it and it builds the excitement. And so when you are at Walt Disney World, you cannot see any part of anything that Disney doesn't own or control. It's 100%, you are immersed in the theme park. You say, well, what about Epcot, whatever. Epcot originally had a tunnel that was designed. The accountants looked at it and said, how much revenue is this producing? Zero. Get rid of it. All right? Monorail ferry boats to Epcot. Well, that's going to cost us millions of dollars. How much revenue producing? Zero. Put the parking lot right up to the front entrance. So this is what I say. The Magic Kingdom was built. It had Walt's fingerprints all over it, who had made mistakes with Disneyland. He corrected all of them. And Roy Disney was there to say, I don't care what it costs. We are not going to go cheap on this. We are going to do everything perfect. And that's why you have the Magic Kingdom. How do I support this? Why is the Magic Kingdom the #1 theme park ever in the world? Just look at the numbers. Undefeated since 1971. I don't care when Harry Potter opened Universal or when Japan built, Tokyo Sea or Shanghai Disneyland. They still can't beat the Magic Kingdom. It is as close to perfect as a theme park can get. I'm not dispassionate about that, should we say so. All right, you guys learned some stuff today? Interesting stuff, good. I will see you all on Tuesday, last week. Anybody have papers?